Are you consuming this food additive that is literally linked to causing heart attacks, depression, and even arteriosclerosis? If you're curious and you want to limit this overly abundant, super common food additive in your everyday products, I'm going to share with you what it is in today's video. Oh my goodness, if you are not looking out for your health and wellness on your own, you cannot trust that there will be parties like the food manufacturers and the supplement products and the pharmaceutical companies and even the FDA. For all of you new joining my channel and watching this video, my name is Dr. Melissa Gallagher. And if you are new, I hope you will subscribe and hit the bell, join our community here at Natural Health Resources, where I share a ton of wellness-focused information that can help you live a healthier life. As I mentioned in my introduction to this video, today we're talking about a food additive that is, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. So I want you to pay close attention because it creeps into our lives in a lot of different items and consumables that we are exposed to on the daily. It can find its way, and it's a creeper of an additive. It can find its way in a lot of different products, from skincare products to pharmaceuticals. And the FDA, even the FDA, supposed to be guarding us against unsafe products. They have labeled this additive as generally recognized as safe. And I say that in quotes. So there's actually research. I'm going to post 3 research articles that dig into the role of this additive and the impact and the translation that occurs. There's all sorts of chemical things that happen in your gut that makes this additive so harmful and so unhealthy and caustic to your cardiovascular system, your neuroendocrine balance, and overall health and wellness. So, are you curious? If you are, give me a thumbs up on this video. This totally helps my channel support itself in this natural health and wellness world that's being squashed down by YouTube. So without further ado, because I know I've made you wait a little bit longer than you preferred, this ingredient, the harmful additive, is called soy lecithin. It is partly an emulsifier and a lubricant. It is used in food products, everyday items, from baked goods to confectionery goods to nonstick sprays. It is found in pharmaceuticals. So a lot of the prescription medications you might be consuming, it's in there. It's also in our animal product. If you're curious about animal products, I actually have a video coming out next week. So make sure you subscribe, because if you're an animal lover or an animal rescuer like we are in our household, you'll definitely want to watch that video. It's also found in paints and industrial items. If you've written down this ingredient because you're going to be scouring your shelves and your cabinets and your kitchen and your pantries, I also want to clarify that sometimes it might just be labeled as lecithin. And I want to remind you that there are really no labeling laws in terms of requiring manufacturers of food products to label all of the ingredients, every ingredient, and a lot of times they will skirt and work around the fact that you and I are smart consumers. So I want to let you know, if you don't see it labeled as soy lecithin and you see it labeled as lecithin, or maybe soy emulsifier, I've even seen soy fat on some of the products, that means it's soy lecithin. And you want to try and avoid this, especially if you have any family history or you yourself have heart disease, history of depression, or even anxiety, because those two go hand in hand. So where we'll most frequently see soy lecithin, it will be in products that maybe you're baking or products that require a longer shelf life. Soy lecithin actually serves a good purpose as a preservative or a food additive. However, friends, when we consume soy lecithin in our body and we start to break it down and process and digest our food in our gut, that's when this particular food additive, this particular ingredient, soy lecithin, becomes extremely harmful and dangerous, because our body actually takes the form of soy lecithin and converts it into an extremely harmful ingredient. Our body literally takes soy lecithin and converts it into a different product. There's a byproduct, if you will, and it's a byproduct of the gut that is linked to causing heart attacks and hardening of the arteries, otherwise known as arteriosclerosis. My beloved grandmother, who luckily, unfortunately, lived to the age of 98. That's amazing. She lived a fabulous life. But I witnessed her die of arteriosclerosis and the hardening, the calcification of her arteries. And I guarantee she was a baker in her life. We find soy lecithin most prominently in baked goods. We find it in confectionery goods. We find it in chocolate. As an emulsifier, its properties helps keep the chocolate and the cocoa powder adhered to the chocolate candy that you're consuming. So if you're a chocolate lover like myself, make sure you're reading the labels of your products. If you are consuming what I call all of the products in the middle of the shopping market, your regular grocery store where they've got rows and rows of products in boxes that can have a shelf life of 3 to 5 years, odds are highly great that there's soy lecithin in it because it has the ability to minimize yeast production. This is really positive for a manufacturer who wants to pump out a product that can have a longer shelf life. And stores can maintain a longer time frame of product and not have to throw it away because it's spoiling. Those are all benefits for the manufacturers, but it's not a benefit for you as a consumer because what happens is your body takes that wonderful product that has been shielded and protected from yeast overgrowth and unhealthy bacteria and allows it a longer shelf life. When you consume that soy lecithin, this is what happens, friends. Soy lecithin converts in your body to a substance called TMAO. That's an abbreviation. It's a lot easier to abbreviate it, but it is an abbreviation for trimethylamine N-oxide. Okay, so let's dig into that byproduct. That byproduct is linked to unhealthy gut bacteria. It's linked to gut imbalances. I've had so many of you vote on, and it is happening, friends. We are launching a 2020 digestive health series, and it's called Talking Shit, where we talk all about the digestive process because at the end of the day, at the end of that process, we have, guess what? So with that being said, before I even launch that video series, we have to eliminate soy lecithin from your diets. We have to be more diligent. I want to share with you my goal and intent because I posted a video in December for our Vlogmas video series that was a buyer beware of this particular synthetic version of a vitamin. And I'll post that video right there. There'll be a link up there where you can watch it. We've had a lot, I think almost or over 300,000 people watch that video. And I got a lot of flack, partly because I didn't go into way more in-depth discussion, which I will. Comment down below if you've watched that and you want me to dig into it. I also, unfortunately and admittedly, was not tuned in to all the quirkiness and all of the lack of transparency when it comes to labeling, the labeling of that particular vitamin. I know the same will probably go with lecithin. So I want to clarify, I don't have a PhD in manufacturing marketing, manufacturing labeling, and I, at this current moment, am not manufacturing my own product lines. But I will tell you is that these manufacturers, they get really sneaky. So don't be surprised if when you look in the comments down below, which I encourage you to comment, let me know what ingredient labels you're seeing in your pantry items. Guaranteed there will probably be some labeling of soy lecithin that I'm not tuned into. And I am always grateful for you all educating me about how these companies are skirting around being transparent and helping us, you and I, be educated consumers. So at the end of the day, my goal with this video is to help you be an educated, empowered consumer, because if you are scared of, like I am, heart disease, heart attack, depression, or suffer from those currently, or have family members, maybe you have a genetic predisposition like I do in my family to all of those, depression, neuroendocrine imbalances, heart attacks, stroke, and arteriosclerosis, diabetes wrapped in there, it becomes really crucial. If you are trying to be a good ambassador for your health and you're trying to be as educated as you can be, I would be remiss by not starting this series and communicating to you in this video that soy lecithin is absolutely a dangerous food additive that is harmful in your digestive system, my digestive system, and all of the viewers watching right now Our digestive system converts this very common food additive into a harmful substance. And that harmful substance is what we have to avoid. And unfortunately, sometimes when you have to avoid a byproduct or a symptom, you have to go to the root of it. And the root cause is soy lecithin. As a naturopath, that is what I'm all about. And so this video, I hope you have found impactful. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is all about education. Share to your Facebook communities, your Facebook groups, tweet it out, screenshot it, and post on Instagram. Tag me. I am really excited about connecting with a lot of you on the social platforms. And I'm going to also encourage you, if you are LinkedIn users with your professional worlds, I hope you'll connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll include a link to that because I've applied to them. I'm crossing my fingers. I've actually applied to host live LinkedIn shows just like I do here on YouTube and over on Instagram. If you're an Instagrammer, I'm going to include my handle, Natural Health Resources. Please don't be mad at the messenger, friends. I know how frustrating it can be when it feels like, oh my gosh, like what can I consume? And I promise you, I'm not being doom and gloom, but I definitely am here to help limit your experience or minimize the impact of potentially your risk of having a heart attack or having any type of cardiovascular event, arteriosclerosis, a stroke, whatever it might be. If I can impact one of you, then that is what I'm here for, and that's my job. So thanks, friends. Stay tuned for a much happier, more lively video on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday's video.